I'm Dr. Vanita Rattan. I'm a doctor, but I'm also a cosmetic formulator specifically for skin of color. So today's video is basically the best 8 retinols for skin of color, and I have quite strict criteria with what is ideal for us for a couple of reasons. Number one, our skin have larger melanocytes than Caucasian skin. So those are cells that produce a pigment melanin, that they're easier to trigger. As I always say, one scratch, one bite, or one burn, and we hyperpigment. Now, retinol is an alcohol, which means it's irritating to the skin. So we have to be quite careful with which ones we use. If you use them in combination with other irritating ingredients and it damages the skin barrier, it can lead to hyperpigmentation. So it's important which ones we use, and then also how do we use them? How do you layer them in a way that's safe for our skin and is going to cause the least amount of issues? So a few things I look at is, number one, is it NAF safe product, meaning no denatured alcohol, no fragrance, and no essential oils. Denatured alcohol is volatile. It's a short chain alcohol. When it evaporates from the skin, water also leaves the skin too. Now imagine retinol is already drying. You do not want to combine this with denatured alcohol. It's a bad combination. And then again, fragrance and essential oils are the number one cause of contact dermatitis, which affects about 3 to 4% of the population. And contact dermatitis for skin of color means rashes, which means hyperpigmentation. And it's just something we should completely sidestep. So that's important. Also, I do a cost-benefit analysis to tell you whether or not it's worth your money. A product can be great, but if it's worth costing £1,000, it's not worth it. So I think it's important to do a cost-benefit analysis. And last but not least, none of my videos have ever been sponsored and they will never be sponsored. This is essential so that you guys have a video library where you can come back to and see what's worth spending your hard-earned money on and what you should avoid. If you are interested in learning about skin of color, please do get your hands on a copy of Skin Revolution. It's a book that I've written with HarperCollins, and you can get it from Amazon. All the product recommendations in here too are also non-sponsored. Don't forget, I'm in the comment section for 1 hour at the launch of every single video. So when you subscribe, hit that notification bell. Please do come and follow me on Instagram too. I've got 2 accounts, Skincare by Dr. V and Dr. Vanita Rattan. And please do join our private Facebook group, Dr. V Sock Family. It's a safe space to just come and talk about your skincare. So first things first, how does retinol work and what are the benefits to our skin? So we have enzymes called matrix metalloproteinases that break down collagen. Now UV will increase the rate of these MMP enzymes. So that means that we get more breakdown of collagen. Retinol will slow the rate of these enzymes, which means that there's a reduction in destruction of collagen. Retinol also increases the rate of cellular turnover of the skin. So cells from the basal layer come to the surface faster. And for these reasons, retinol is essential when it comes to anti-aging and for anti-pigmentation. The biggest mistake I see being made, however, with retinol is not layering it correctly, so it leading to sensitization of the skin, and also not using retinols in an airless pump, which is essential because it's an antioxidant. This means that it oxidizes in oxygen. So for example, if you buy a retinol in a pipette form or in a cream form, it's just not going to be as effective because it's been exposed to the elements. You do ideally want it in an airless pump to make sure it's effective once it actually touches the skin. I also tend to recommend 0.5% retinol maximum unless it's encapsulated. If it's encapsulated, it means that it's basically in a coat that protects it. You get better penetration, which is why I love encapsulated ingredients, but you get zero irritation on the surface and it gets to where it needs to get to and tends to be more effective. All right, moving on to our first product, which is retinol 0.2% or 0.5% from The Ordinary. So it's a very simple inky. It's basically retinol with squalene and triglycerides. Triglycerides basically just binds the ingredients in the product. The only downside of this product is that it's not in an airless pump, but it's very cost effective and I love it. So this is one that I would definitely recommend. Moving on to the next brand is a brand that I absolutely love, and that's Paula's Choice. And there are two products from this brand that I love. One is the Ceramide Enriched Eye Cream, and the other one is the 0.3% Retinol, so with the bakuchiol. So those two I tend to recommend quite a lot in my videos. They're great for skin of color and are going to cause minimal irritation. Moving on to the next product is from a brand called Environ, and they've basically, it's called the Concentrated Retinol Serum. And I love the fact that they've used retinol palmitate and retinol. It's a NAF-safe product, and I tend to like combining different forms of vitamin A. The reason is that they work on different parts of the pathway, and so you just have, it tends to be a much more effective product. So for example, with our facial pigmentation kit, which has got 10 tyrosinase inhibitors in it specifically for pigmentation for skin of color, I put in retinol palmitate, retinol and retinaldehyde, so 3 different forms of vitamin A. Just so that you're basically targeting different parts of the vitamin A pathway, and so it's just more effective. And I love that they've combined 2 different forms in this particular product, plus it's an airless pump, so they got that right too. So this week we're actually launching our new packaging for the facial pigmentation kit, which actually has airless pumps for both the products. I haven't really discussed this, but I'm so glad that finally we managed to release this to you. So this comes out this week and I cannot wait. So moving on to the next product is Alastin Renewal Retinol 0.5%. It's a brand that I haven't actually heard of, and I had to get through quite a lot of different retinols to find NAF-safe retinols at 0.5% or less for you. This one I like because it's also got niacinamide in it, which is another antioxidant, so it's helping to stabilize the retinol. But also niacinamide works very well with an irritating ingredient like retinol because it's an anti-inflammatory, and I tend to give bonus points when you use anti-inflammatories with an irritating ingredient for skin of color. I also highly recommend your collagen supplement if you're specifically for anti-aging. So this is our Dr. V Collagen Boost, 8 grams of marine collagen plus a whole host of vitamins specifically for skin of color. So you can have a look at this on our website, Skincare by Dr. V, but mainly if you're looking for anti-aging. Right, so the next product is Olay Regenerist Retinol 24, the fragrance-free one. So this has got niacinamide plus peptides in it. It's one of basically the only product that I like from the whole Olay range. I've just did a video for you half an hour ago on products I love from brands I hate, and this was the one from Olay. So they got this right. It's a very good formula. The only downside is that it's not in an airless pump. I'm hoping that the next batch will be, and then it will be an excellent product. The next one is a brand from India, and this is called Be Minimalist, 0.3% retinol, plus it's got 1% bakuchiol in it too. It's non-irritating, it's NAF safe, it's basically a replica of Paula's Choice 0.3% retinol. Slight differences, but it's a similar concept. I love it and I would highly recommend it. The next one is from South Africa. This is Skin Functional, 0.5% retinol is excellent. And then a new brand that I haven't heard of before, but is quite interesting. It seems to be a NAF safe brand, so that always excites me. I'm going to do a video for you in about an hour on NAF safe brands and the ones I haven't really discussed. This one is good. This is called Alpha H, 0.5% retinol, and I would definitely recommend it. To learn more about products formulated specifically for skin of color, please do visit Skincare by Dr. V. I've got a whole blog on there too, plus I go through my own skincare routine. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.